You know, guys, Clement Manyatela had a very interesting conversation with the Palestinian ambassador about these 160 supposed Palestinian refugees that are now in the country. But before we get to that, I want you to look at the reaction from President Ramaphosa, because he has also commented about these 160 supposed Palestinian refugees that are now in the country.
A chartered flight carrying Palestinian nationals landed at the O.R. Tambo International Airport yesterday morning via Kenya. Addressing the media in Kliptown today, President Cyril Ramaphosa said government is assessing the circumstances surrounding their arrival.
We obviously need to look at the origins, where it started, the reason why they've been brought here. And ordinarily we would have said they should go back because they didn't have any documentation. But out of empathy, out of compassion, and because they are a people that we as South Africa have raised our hands to support, we felt that we should accept them and process their matter. So their matter is being processed. We are discussing it.
But the thing is, you don't know who these people are. You don't know what they are capable of. And I couldn't stand the gaslighting yesterday from the mainstream media and the NGOs telling us about women and children. Of course, there were women and children in the flight, but there were also men in the flight. And they don't say anything about these people. And they just gaslit South Africans the whole day. And I couldn't stand it. The truth is that the government doesn't know who these people are. They don't know where they come from. But then, when it comes to me, with Ramaphosa, I am not shocked by anything that Ramaphosa says or does. I am familiar with his game. That's why yesterday I said, guys, I am not outraged by this. Because we are talking about the people that have collapsed the borders and allowed a situation where millions and millions of undocumented people are roaming around the streets of South Africa. So what is a plane of 160 people when these people have opened the borders for millions and millions of people? It is nothing. It is literally nothing. We also learned yesterday that this is not the first flight supposedly coming from Gaza. This is the second flight. But then I don't believe it. I believe that many people have actually been brought in from Gaza to South Africa. That's what I believe. I believe these people telling South Africans that, nah, it was only 2 flights. No, I don't think so. I think there's more. But then, who am I to sit here and be outraged about an airplane when we have the borders that are bringing in millions and millions of people? So I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked by these people. I'm not shocked at all. By Ramaphosa and his people, I'm completely not shocked. This is how they've been.
Intelligence.
This is how they've been doing things. I'm not shocked. And again, guys, you know, looking at this whole situation, don't you wish that our government would act so fast with the issues that are facing us as South Africans? As a South African, don't you feel insulted when you see your government acting fast on the matters that has to do with people that are not South Africans, but the issues that are facing the people of this country are not being attended? And that's why sometimes these jesters of these people, they might say that, no, we are just being genuine. And just like what the president is saying, because we are empathetic, we have decided to welcome these people. But where is your empathy for the people of this country? That's why I said it, guys, the last time, when these people were busy walking around with those cups, telling South Africans that we will do anything to help the people of Gaza. I said, fine, you can say that. But then when are you going to do anything in your power to fight for the people of this country? When are you going to wear the South African scarves and saying that now is time to fight for South Africa? It is never going to happen. That's why even sometimes things like this that are supposed to I don't know, be seen in a positive light, people cannot see them in a positive light. Just like right now with the G20. The G20 is supposed to be a big thing. You have these countries with the big economies that are coming to this country. But now this G20 has turned into a failure because the US is not coming. When Donald Trump said that I'm not coming to the G20, they said it's fine, it's your loss. These are the words from the administration of Ramaphosa. That no, it was your loss. But then now they are learning that even their God, the president of China, Xi Jinping, is not coming. And the other presidents. So I think right now it is safe to say that the G20 has failed. But the G20 was supposed to be this event that was going to showcase, to show people, the rest of the world, what we are about. But then, as we speak right now, South Africans are pissed off because you have the people from the administration of Ramaphosa telling them that they are going to prioritize these people that are coming in the country. They are going to make sure that these people are driving in the roads that do not have the potholes. They are going to make sure that these people are driving in the roads that has the traffic lights. Why are you not doing the same for the people of this country? Why? Why? It seems like anything that has to do with the people coming from outside, you are there to act. But when it comes to the matters that has anything to do with us, nah, not so fast. Not so fast. And that's why a lot of people are looking at issues like this and saying that, no, these people are just grandstanding. They are not doing this because they are good people and they actually care for the people that are suffering. They belong to a political party that has caused a lot of suffering. So right now, they are just grandstanding. But what I like is that we as South Africans, we know exactly who these people are. And they cannot gaslight us anymore.
A chartered flight carrying Palestinian nationals landed at the OR Tambo International Airport yesterday morning via Kenya. Addressing the media in Kliptown today, President Cyril Ramaphosa said government is assessing the circumstances surrounding their arrival.
We obviously need to look at the origins, where it started, the reason why they've been brought here. And ordinarily we would have said they should go back because they didn't have any documentation. But out of empathy, out of compassion, and because they are a people that we as South Africa have raised our hands to support, we felt that we should accept them and process their matter. So their matter is being processed. We are discussing it. Our intelligence agency is involved, and the Home Affairs is involved, and DERCO is also involved. So we're going to do a proper evaluation and see what the future portends when it comes to this.
Gift of the Givers founder Imtiaz Suleiman has blamed Israel for what he calls a coordinated effort to displace Palestinians.
This unfortunately sounds like something very sinister. This is not the first flight. This is the second flight. We only knew about the second flight after we heard from the relatives of the first flight. This seems to be a coordinated effort from Israel to carry out a process of ethnic cleansing. A lot of them in the first plane didn't even know where they were going to. They paid a huge amount of money. Their clothes, medical supplies, hygiene was all taken away from them by Israel at the border. And then, of course, there was no exit stem. So when they get to a foreign country, they are further embarrassed and further put into difficulty, like what happened in South Africa.
Refugee expert Ashraf Isup says the treatment of the group was inhumane.
In terms of South African law, sitting on the tarmac means you've actually entered the republic. A very important group, a vulnerable group.
They are telling you that the people that were still in the process of being processed by border management, because the only reason why these people were not allowed to get in the country is because border management said that, guys, this is not according to the law. And we know that the calls were made and the border management had to turn a blind eye and allow these people to come in. And now they're being told that, guys, we know that you only wanted to apply the law, but you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. You should be ashamed of yourself for trying to enforce the law. You should be ashamed. And this is what they are saying. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable that you have the agencies in this country that were simply trying to enforce the law. And the same agencies are now being condemned. And they are labeled as inhumane.
Groups that are super protected by the Constitution are minor children. In terms of Section 28, their well-being is of paramount importance. How can you possibly protect minor children by basically asking them to sit in a plane without air conditioning and without basic necessities?
International relations expert David Monyai says the incident highlights a breakdown in government communication.
And I think the best way is to await the investigation. I think the investigation should be carried.
I mean, like that investigation of theirs, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. They are here. They've been allowed in the country. So how is that investigation going to assist with anything? It is not going to assist with anything. It happened. These people, they say that they come from Gaza, and apparently Kenya said, no, we are not going to take you in. And they said, yeah, we know a country that has taken Israel to the International Court of Justice. Take us down there in South Africa. These people are not going to turn us away. And their bet actually worked, because the South African government said that, guys, as much as we try to pretend to be a country that enforces its laws, now we are going to turn a blind eye. We're going to show you how things actually work in this country. And this is what happened. So even the investigations that these people are talking about are not going to assist with anything. But then, I'm going back, guys, to what I said when I started this video about that conversation with Clement Manyatela and the Palestinian ambassador about this whole issue. So apparently, these people are not here to stay. This is what the ambassador is saying, that some of these people have already started to departure to meet their families somewhere else in the world. And Clement Manyatela couldn't understand it. And I don't want to lie. So am I.
Good morning, Clement. This is Cynthia. Oh, what a tragedy is South Africa. Who is using us now? I've got one word for anybody, is investigate how 152 reluctant people who are exhausted from a country that's ravished are used as pawns. Please investigate. Please investigate, because this story sounds like a very interesting story.
Morning, Clement. Regarding the Palestinians who were stuck at OR Tambo, I don't agree with Dr. Suleiman when he says there must be an investigation against Home Affairs officials, because I mean we are now in a situation like with our police whereby we are questioning them to say, if you are given an instruction, even if it's wrongful from your managers or like your line manager, are you just gonna do it blindly? So Dr. Suleiman should let Home Affairs do the work that they're supposed to do. So it is not their fault. They are not the ones that put us in this situation.
Yeah, and also, guys,
I mean, like the fact that our government officials are now being demonized, I don't get it, man. The state institutions are now being demonized. They are not saying, thank you, guys. Thank you. We know that you shouldn't have done this, and we asked you for a favor, so thank you. No, they are not doing that. They are saying, no, you need to have investigations, man. But these people need to be investigated. Not these ones that have just arrived in an aircraft right now. No, not these ones. These people are tired. They come from a war-torn country, so they are tired. Don't do any investigations on these people, but your own agencies, they need to be taught a lesson. How insane.
Are you just going to do it blindly? So Dr. Suleiman should let Home Affairs do the work that they're supposed to do. So it is not their fault. They are not the ones that put us in this situation.
yeah, and also, guys, if the Border Management Authority had decided to just allow people without following the normal processes into the country, and then you find out later certain people were allowed who shouldn't have been allowed to disembark, who do you think is going to take accountability? It's not the ministers, right? So the Border Management Authority has released a statement outlining what they've done and why there were delays at the airport. And the worry now is, had they just done whatever without the minister's letter, where there's an appreciation of the special circumstances and there's a deviation from the normal regulations and rules, then the accounting authority and the Border Management Authority is the one who's going to take the flag. All right, let's get some clarity now. With Hanan Jara, who is the ambassador of the State of Palestine to the Republic of South Africa, Namibia, Lesotho, and Malawi, who's going to join us on the line in a few moments to just explain to us what really transpired yesterday. Ambassador Jara, thank you so much for making time for us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for hosting me.
Let's start with just the basics of what happened yesterday. My understanding is that you did go and meet with the Palestinians that arrived on this chartered flight. Where are they coming from, and do we know who paid for that chartered flight?
Yes. First of all, I would love to salute South African government and for its outstanding position on what happened yesterday. That position stems from two major things. First of all, the human perspective, and second, the international law and the solidarity with the Palestinian people as well. As for what happened yesterday, we received 153 Palestinians on a plane. That was.
But guys, how many were these people? Were these people 160 or 153? Like, one segment will say 153, and another article will say 160. How many exactly were these people? I don't understand, man. I don't get it, man. It's like it's not even a same number, man. It's like it's not even a same number. So how many exactly were these people in that aircraft?
Coming initially from an Israeli airport, an airbase, taking people. All the people were coming from Gaza, families, children, and families mainly, and. Obviously, these people were misled by a non-governmental organization that is it's virtual, online, but it's like obviously an organized organization that was created for the purpose of evacuating or taking out people from Gaza, making use of the desperate situation of the Palestinian people in Gaza after 2 years of genocide to evacuate them, taking into consideration that no one is allowed to go inside Gaza or to go outside Gaza. So what happened is that that plane, which has no clear commercial commercial name or brand, let's say, was flying in a very suspicious way from Ramon Airport in Israel, as I mentioned, into Nairobi, Kenya, and then arrived to Johannesburg. What make it the incident happen? That this is not the first flight that comes in this way. This is the second flight in 2 weeks that brings all the flight was Palestinians evacuated from Gaza through the same organization that follow the same route, let's say, in taking people outside from Palestine to Gaza. Of course, the identity of the party that chartered the flight from Palestine, from Gaza, let's say, or from Israel, because they were chartered from Ramon Air Base in southern Israel, and then they had a connected flight from Nairobi, remains unclear. We don't know who are they, because as soon as a problem arises, and
so she doesn't know who paid for the flights. Okay.
The South African authorities, which of course they have all the right to suspect any flight that there is something suspicious and unclear, these organizers just disappear. They do not phone, they do not receive calls, they do not answer the clients, they do not do anything, which also put red flags for us as Palestinians and for the South African government.
Okay, so just to clarify, you are saying that there's an NGO that has been getting people out of Gaza. What are they saying exactly to people in Gaza to get them out? Are they saying, we've got an opportunity to take you to a new country, to start a new life? What exactly are they promising people in Gaza who end up getting on buses to Israel and to be chartered from Israel, then to these countries like Kenya, South Africa?
No, they don't promise anything. They say that, people are in despair. People are desperate to go out after 2 years of genocide. It's a human nature. It's normal that you want to go out at any way. So they say that what we can do is that we can help you. You pay us money. And some people, I was talking to some of the Palestinian citizens yesterday, the prices even vary. Some people are paying like $3,000 per person. Some families were paying $5,000 US
For what
per
exactly?
family. US dollars for family, only to take them out, to put them in a plane, and to secure their landing in one of the countries, basically, that is granting waiver of visa requirements for Palestinians. Mainly, it was in Malaysia, Indonesia, South Africa, and some other countries also that do not require Palestinians to have a visa. They can have it on arrival. So they were making use of these things. No promises, nothing. Only the people are like promised to be taken out of Gaza.
But are they leaving Gaza under the guise of, okay, we'll go to those countries for a couple of months, or is it under the guise of, we want to go and live in those countries?
Most of the people that I met, they want to go outside for a period of time as like a time out, let's say, until the reconstruction process takes place, and then they want to go back. Definitely,
I don't believe her. I don't believe her at all.
They want to go back. Yes, yesterday they were given the choice of asylum in South Africa with all the conditions as a normal people, but none of them applied for it, and none of them were interested in applying.
Which was my next question then, because then that complicates things. Because one, you can't be allowed in South Africa as a visitor because you don't have, your passport is not stamped, you don't have a return flight. But number two, you have not provided accommodation. So those are the conditions under our laws, part of the conditions. So, I think we've lost her there. Okay, we're going to try to get her back. I'm trying to understand, why are they not applying for asylum? But what I'm getting from the ambassador is that these are not people who really just wanted to come and live here and get a refugee status per se. They just wanted a break to go, and then they can go back to Gaza once the reconstruction process has begun. Ambassador, we've got you back on the line. I wanted to understand, why did they not want to apply for asylum?
Because they do not want to stay in South Africa for the rest of their lives. Because we were explaining to them, according to the rules and regulations of the Home Affairs that we received yesterday, if you want to apply for asylum, they will take your passport. You might not be able to travel. You might not be able to go out. And you might not be able to get your passport until you receive an answer. And it might take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it's upon. So they say like, no, we came here just for a temporary time to find, to go back to Gaza or to find another destination that is more suitable. Most of the people who came, they do not speak English, so they have a language barrier. Most of them, like, they just want to have a small break, or maybe they can find their destination in other country, but definitely they want to go back in Gaza.
Okay, so where are they going to live in South Africa? I know Gift of the Givers has come to provide some assistance. What exactly are they providing? How long? So they've got 90 days, and is there a plan on what happens after the 90 days?
As what I witnessed yesterday, I was with the people on the plane. Most of them, they want to leave to other countries because most of them, they went to Gaza out of Gaza through this particular plane, because this was the only plane, the only way that to take them out of Gaza. Some of them, they want to rejoin their families in other countries like Egypt, like Oman, like Germany, and so on. So I don't believe after the 90 days, we advise them to go out before the 90 days time finished. They will consider themselves as tourists. And then through this, even some of them, we received on the plane 53 passengers. Already 11 passengers has left yesterday on a flight to Australia to join their families. Another 6 left also to Egypt, also to join their families. So they are not staying here. They are here is like a temporary destination, just to find another solution for their situation.
Yeah.
And what South Africa did was really, really amazing, because South Africa knows that this charter flight, the suspicion one that comes full with Palestinians, comes with one aim, which is empty the Palestinian territory from its people, an Israeli agenda. South Africa will never accept this, will never support this. But on the other hand, they handle it from a human perspective.
We've lost that line again. Ooh, something seems to be wrong with her line, because this is actually...
So the question that I have is, how many are coming? How many are coming now that our president have decided to set a precedent for this? That you can come to South Africa. You can come to South Africa. So the question is, how many are coming? But then, guys, I am not outraged by this whole thing. I am not outraged, and I am not shocked with everything that is happening. Guys, what do you think about this conversation that Dlamini Manyathela just had with this Palestinian ambassador? Do you believe her? Do you believe her that these people are simply here for a couple of weeks and they will be out? You guys are just stressing over nothing. Do you believe her, or do you think that these Palestinians are going to stay here forever? And what are your thoughts about the reaction from the president about this whole thing, and them being so bold to tell South Africans that the calls were made and we had to turn a blind eye on some holes? So what are your thoughts, guys? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button, and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabasa. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.